Multiple myeloma is the malignant cancer of the plasma cells. Normally plasma cells, they are less than 5%, and these plasma cells, they differentiate into antibodies which are polyclonal antibodies, and they belong to all 5 classes IgA, E, D, M. And in multiple myeloma, plasma cells, they are more than 30%, and these plasma cells, they form monoclonal antibodies. Usually monoclonal antibodies include 55% cases IgG and 25% cases IgA will be formed, and in addition monoclonal antibodies plus only light chain will be formed from the neoplastic plasma cells. This is the vertebra. In vertebra, it consists of hematopoietic stem cells. Hematopoietic stem cell, it differentiate into two series. First one is the lymphoid series and second is the myeloid series. Lymphoid series, it form lymphocytes, and B lymphocytes, it differentiate into plasma cells, and these plasma cells, they form polyclonal antibodies. And in multiple myeloma, lymphoid series form B lymphocyte, and B lymphocyte differentiate into neoplastic plasma cells, and these plasma cells, they form abnormal monoclonal antibodies, mostly consist of light chain, and these monoclonal antibodies are IgG in 55% cases and IgA in 25% cases. Multiple myeloma, it characterized by 4 features which can best memorize through the mnemonic CRAB. C for calcium elevation. Calcium, it get elevate because bone undergo destruction. Bone is the main reservoir of the calcium. When bone undergo destruction, calcium level will be high, and these calcium appear in systemic circulation. R stand for renal insufficiency, as I have told that plasma cells, they form monoclonal antibodies, mostly light chain. These light chain antibodies, these are small enough to be filtered through kidneys, and as a result kidney undergo failure. A stand for anemia, which is normocytic normochromic anemia. These RBCs have normal morphology, their size, shape is normal, just their number is less. And B stand for bone lesions. And multiple myeloma can also be best understood through the mnemonic myeloma. M stand for M spike, which is the monoclonal antibody spike. L stand for lytic lesions. There are lytic bone lesions. And E stand for ESR elevation. ESR, it elevates because monoclonal antibody, it causes the RBCs to stack one above the other and causes Rolex formation, and this Rolex formation elevate ESR. L stand for light chain antibodies. They appear in the urine. These are called Bence-Jones proteins. O stand for ouch, my bones hurt. M stand for myeloma nephrosis, as I have already told that light chain, when filtered through the kidneys, they damage the kidney, causes myeloma nephrosis. Secondly, bone marrow has more than 30% plasma cells in multiple myeloma, and these plasma cells, they will secrete abnormal antibodies, usually light chain, called the microglobulin. And A stand for anemia. Clinical features of the multiple myeloma: patient present with the bone pain. Why bone pain happens? Because there are lytic bone lesions. And also patient present with anemia, and patient is pale. And fractures of the bone causes hypercalcemia because bones are the main reservoir of the calcium, and when these bones undergo destruction, calcium is released into circulation, causes hypercalcemia. And infections are very high. Infection risk is very high because normal antibodies, they are not producing in multiple myeloma. there are abnormal antibodies which are monoclonal antibodies, and light chains, they are produced, so risk of infection is very high. And renal failure, as I have already told, that light chain proteins, they filter through the kidneys causing kidney damage, and these proteins are called Bence-Jones proteins. Pathogenesis of multiple myeloma is that there are rearrangements in IgH locus and proto-oncogenes. As we know that bone consists of three types of cells: osteoblast, they synthesize bone; osteoclast, they destroy bone; and bone marrow stromal cells, they regulate hematopoiesis. Normally, osteoblast, they secrete osteoid, and this osteoid consists of calcium and magnesium, and osteoid, it strengthens the bone. And osteoclast, they secrete HCl, and this HCl, it causes the bone destruction and release calcium into circulation, and this calcium has effect on the nerves, and as calcium is a solute, it attracts water towards itself, causes the release of excretion of excess water from the body, and ultimately there is dehydration. This osteoclastic activity is regulated through osteoblast. Osteoblast, they express rank L receptor. As you can see here, this is the rank L receptor, and this rank L receptor, it binds through the rank receptors on the osteoclast, and as a result osteoclast activate and cause the bone destruction. In addition, plasma cells, which are neoplastic plasma cells, they secrete abnormal antibodies, mostly light chain, and these light chain antibodies, they filter through the kidneys causing kidney damage, and when these proteins appear in the urine, these are called Bence-Jones protein. Anemia, it happens in the multiple myeloma because in multiple myeloma, myeloid progenitors, they are replaced through the lymphoid progenitors. As I have already told that hematopoietic stem cell, it differentiate into two progenitors: lymphoid progenitors and myeloid progenitors. And normally myeloid progenitors, they undergo hematopoiesis, means WBCs, RBCs and platelets will form, and lymphoid progenitors, they form lymphocytes, both B and T lymphocytes, and this is the plasma cell tumor. So myeloid progenitors, they will be replaced through lymphoid progenitors. As a result, WBCs, RBCs and platelets, they will be suppressed. Secondly, plasma cells, now they are more than 30%, so plasma cell hypercellularity will be high, and they suppress the normal erythroid progenitors. And third one, kidney failure. As kidney release erythropoietin, when kidney undergo failure, no production of the erythropoietin, and it causes anemia. Morphology of the multiple myeloma, it usually multiple myeloma or lytic bone lesions, they happen in the axial skeleton, and first they appear in the medullary cavity of the bone, and then it erodes the outer cancellous bone and cortex of the bone. Ultimately they cause punched out lesions. Bone marrow, when we examine it, and there are two types of cells present in the bone marrow: plasmacytes, normal plasmacytes, which are called plasmacytosis, and they are more than 30%, and they replace the normal bone marrow. Second type of cells are immature plasmablast cells. These are the large cells with irregular shape called the plasmablast cells. Then different variants of the plasma cells are present. Flame cells, these are the plasma cells having red cytoplasm. Mott cells, they have cytoplasmic grape-like droplets. And third one, granules. If granules are present in the cytoplasm, these are called the Russell bodies, and if they are present in the nucleus, they are called Dutcher bodies. In blood, there is Rulex formation. As I have already told that IgM antibodies, they causes the RBCs to stack one above the other, causes the formation of the Rulex, and this Rulex formation increases the ESR. And in urine, Bence-Jones proteins, which are the light chain proteins, when they filter through the kidney, they appear in the urine called Bence-Jones proteins. How do we investigate the case of multiple myeloma? In blood and urine, RBC's level will be abnormal, but morphology of the RBCs will be normal. And as the level is abnormal, RBCs are less than normal number, so there will be normocytic, normochromic anemia. Secondly, there is hypercalcemia because bone undergo destruction. Thirdly, there is decreased normal antibodies but increased monoclonal antibodies in the blood, and Bence-Jones proteins, they appear in the urine. These are basically light chain proteins. In electrophoresis of the blood and urine, they show monoclonal antibody spikes. And immunofixation, it confirms that monoclonal antibodies are present. Bone marrow aspirate, it shows more than 30% plasma cells, and X-ray shows punched out lesions in the bone. We diagnose through three criteria. First, plasma cells, monoclonal plasma cells should be more than 30% in the bone marrow, and monoclonal antibody should be present in the urine and serum. And third, the criteria which include CRAB, calcium elevation, R for renal insufficiency, A for anemia, B for bone lesion, and we can treat the patient through the chemotherapy and radiotherapy.